Welcome to Talking Out Your Glass. I'm Sean Wagoner. You might imagine that if you were born and raised on the island of Murano in Italy, with forefathers and relatives immersed in glass for generations, that one would have a mighty head start in becoming a famous glass artist. But in many ways, these connections make the goal of establishing an original voice as a glassblower a hefty challenge indeed. The artist in question would have big shoes to fill. Davide Salvadore strives for perfection in his work, surpassing the simple notion of glassblowing as a job, entering into the realm of passion, artistry, and service to the material. His incarnations reveal his unique perspective on the world, alive with memories of the past, reactions to the present, and hope for the future. This original voice attracted the attention of Bill Traver, Traver Gallery in Seattle, who was instrumental in supporting and exhibiting the Italian artist's work. I have a great deal of respect for the artists of Murano and for Davide Salvadore's heritage as part of a distinguished lineage of Venetian glassworkers, said Traver. Davide is truly an amazing individual. He was raised amid century-old traditions, yet is extremely forward-thinking in his own work and his ideas about how glass can be used as a sculptural medium. His adaptation of techniques as well as equipment to create one-of-a-kind sculptural work unlike anything else made on the island is inspiring. His efforts throughout the years to cultivate and promote the appreciation of glass art on Murano and to share his passion for glass with future generations through his teaching are equally inspirational. In my opinion, it is exactly this kind of inventiveness, openness, and enthusiasm that will help Murano maintain its position as the heart of the international glass community." End quote. Dating back to the 1700s, Salvadore is the 11th generation on his mother's side, credited with creating glass pieces. The first of this lineage were the Rosetto brothers, whose works dated to 1721 for a Piedmontese princess. At a young age, Salvadore began following his grandfather, Antonio Mantoan, into the furnaces of Murano, first learning how to build the kilns and later working in the studios of Alfredo Barbini, who is often recognized as the ultimate glassmaker of Murano. Later, he worked as a glassblower in multiple well-known glass studios, learning from each and improving his abilities. In 1978, he began producing lamp-worked beads in his mother Anna Mantoan's jewelry studio, which she sold to Yves Saint Laurent and other couture houses as well as to African merchants. With his mother's encouragement, Salvadore developed his own personal style of making lamp-worked beads, and these beads are still featured as part of his sculptural pieces today, a tribute to his mother's talent and support. In 1987, he opened his own studio, Campagnol and Salvadore, where he continued doing lampwork and further developed his glass-blowing expertise and talent. In 1998, Salvadore made a conscious decision to turn away from traditional functional glass work. At approximately the same time, he began demonstrating his unique Murano technique at Corning Museum of Glass, Pilchuck Glass School, Pratt Fine Art Center, and others in the United States. It was then that he was introduced to the American studio glass movement, which Salvadore embraced. As a result of his ingenuity and the inventiveness of his creations, the artist's glass became instantly noteworthy. In 2012, Salvadore founded his own studio, Salvadore SRL, where he continues to work today with his two sons, Marco and Mattia, in Murano. Davide is a founding member of Centro Studio Vetro, a Muranese nonprofit association that aims to promote the culture and art of glass. After demoing at Gas Corning in early June, Salvadore taught Mastering Muranese Magic at the Corning Museum of Glass from June 8th through 14th. Currently, Salvadore creates passionately expressive, one-of-a-kind sculptures that push the boundaries of century-old traditions. He combines traditional Italian techniques and elements in innovative ways in his work, which reflects diverse influences, such as African tribal imagery, Muranese roads, and the smokestacks of glass houses. Many thanks to the sponsors of this episode of Talking Out Your Glass. His Glassworks Incorporated, the Fort Wayne Museum of Art, the Glass Furnace, Wet Dog Glass, France Art Glass, Salem Community College's Glass Education Center, Pittsburgh Glass Center, and the Art Alliance for Contemporary Glass. To find out more about our sponsors, visit talkingoutyourglass.com. Click on Episodes, Season 11, and Davide Salvadore. Many thanks to Aaron Cummins for translations. Many thanks to the Corning Museum of Glass for the process video featuring Davide Salvadore. Davide Salvadore, thank you so much for joining me on Talking Out Your Glass podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for thinking about me.
I've been waiting to have you on for a long time, as you know. So I wanted to start out by asking you a little bit about your history. You've lived on the Venetian island of Murano since you were born in 1953. Some of your earliest memories include going into the island's world-famous glass factories with your grandfather, Antonio, and your grandfather's friend, the respected maestro, Alfredo Barbini. Talk about your grandfather, his personality, and his background in glass. He was a forcellante?
Porcelante, yeah.
Forcellante.
Who take care to the piece in the annealer in the last moment. The Porcelante was like a maestro because it was a very difficult job.
So what was that like, hanging out with your grandfather and Barbini?
Terrible, because they was really old man, old style, and it was terrible, and that's it.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not man. For me, it was like a genius, because old style never is impossible for them. You can make everything you want. You can think everything you want. Not about the glass, about everything, the life, the total life. And for that, it was very heavy to be with them. Especially with my grandfather. I can't ask something about the glass or something else, because I don't have an answer, never. Because he said, look, you can learn. If you talk, you don't have time for look. You can't learn. Yeah. And then when I fall, he arrived behind me and tack! A nice person for me.
Tell us about how he helped you make your first glass bird.
Yeah, it was a nice story. When I started to work in the furnace, I tried to make the small thing, really small thing. Yeah, and the bird was one more easy piece to make. But the difficult was the beak. Usually the maestro, the real maestro, he made the special tools for made the small beak. But I can't do that. In the end, when I make the bird, I make a pelican. Yeah. And he said, thinking, David, thinking before you make something. Nothing ran in my head for that. And then he take come si dice un filo di vetro.
Say a small strand of glass.
Yeah, very thin, from the garbage. And the glass, when he's thin, if you put close to the glass coal, he attach, and you can pull in a really perfect way. And when I made that in my furnace, my maestro said, "Hey, David, what are you doing?" I didn't have a beard. Can you teach me, please? No, my grandfather was, he studied all the time for make everything more easy.
Your mother was a jewelry designer on the island. When you came back from the military, you went to work for her, but not as a glass worker right away.
Why
You
not?
you consider her the true artist of the family, yes?
Yeah, it's true. She was. I continued to work with the glass. I changed the technique because I made beads, but glass beads. Yeah. And for that, I learned to use it and then to make the Murina. Because the beads in that time, in the past, the best beads was the bead with the millefiori. And for many years, I saw town and town the Murina coming in my house for make the beads.
Well, tell us about some of the Muranese artists who came before you and their contributions to glass, such as Alfredo Barbini, Mario Grasso, who was the king of Incolmo, and Archimede Seguso. Tell us about some of those artists.
They was the best, the best, the best. I am lucky because I can work with all of them. Yeah, and I learn a lot. But don't forget, in my times when I started to go around the furnace, we had a 400 something factory, and every morning I can wake up and I decided in which furnace to go for work, and I change a furnace every month. And for that, I think I am lucky because I don't spend time for nothing in the school. But I spend my time in every furnace, the Murano. My life, because I use now, I still use what I saw in that time. Mario Grasso, Alfredo Barbini, Archimedes Seguso, yes, but Franco Panisson, Canoccia, there are thousand maestro who can give me something to me.
In 1987, with two partners, you founded the studio
Yeah.
Campagnol e Salvadore, where you built all the equipment. What is your philosophy about equipment design in terms of function and energy use?
I follow my grandfather to make some furnace, machine, bench, or instrument tools for make more easy my work. And for that, I use the last material or make it some different shape for the furnace because I want more hot or depend what I make. In that time, I made a millefiori molina, goblet, amphore, peach, plate, and I needed to running production. And for that, I build my furnace for my studio, for my work.
In 1998, at the urging of Silvano Tagliapietra, you made a conscious decision to stop making traditional functional work. Cesare
Yeah,
Tofolo helped introduce you to the world of American studio glass.
yeah, it's true. Yeah, because Silvano and Cesar, they was friends, really friends, and com- Silvano is the Lino Tagliapietra brothers. Yeah, and he know he know a lot about the glass, the maestro. And one day he said, Davide, why you spend your time for make production? And I said, and I asked to him, and what I do, what I can to do.
So what should I do?
Say again?
What should I do?
Yeah. He said, you need to make the glass only for see, not for use. Like a paint, like a picture, just for see. And the people need to see your soul inside. And I said, hey, hey, it's not easy. But he said, you can. And I trust him. In the end, I think he was right.
We'll return to Davide Salvadore in just a moment. This episode of Talking Out Your Glass is sponsored by His Glassworks, diamond tools and glass cold working supplies. Suppliers of diamond plated tools and accessories, including diamond laps, wheels, belts, and adhesives. Expert advice available at hisglassworks.com. This episode of Talking Out Your Glass is sponsored by the Fort Wayne Museum of Art, inviting you to experience the sculptures of Albert Paley this summer for its retrospective of the work of Albert Paley, July 18th through September 27th. This two-gallery exhibition will showcase the culmination of nearly 30 years of Paley's exploration of glass and steel sculptures, many of which have not been shown before. Featured with these works are prints and drawings, which echo the formal and gestural qualities found throughout Paley's work. Visit fwmoa.org to learn more. This episode is sponsored by Turkey's largest and best equipped glass art center, the Glass Furnace. Experience glass, nature, and magical Istanbul all at once on a stunning and creative campus atmosphere with a chance to experience many inviting features of Istanbul and thematic workshops taught by the world's best glass artists. See the intensive programs of the Glass Furnace at glassfurnace.org. And now, we return to Davide Salvadore.
Cesare Toffolo helped me for to know the glass movement in USA, and for me it was like come si può dire? Like a Luna Park.
Luna Park. Okay, the fairgrounds.
Sì.
Sì.
Yeah, the first time I went to Corning Museum for the gas conference. I don't know nothing about the gas conference, the Corning. When I arrived there, I saw some young girl, to go around the street with a pipe come si dice zaino?
Sì, she have the glass pipe in her rucksack.
Yeah, and she goes, or with the tools,
the glass tools.
The glass tools. For me, everybody is crazy.
And you were right.
But in the end, after two years after, I wasn't like them. No, I found an incredible energy. Don't forget, we work at the glass. Of course, I worked at the glass for 60 years, but my family started to work at the glass in 1635. So we are a little bit tired about the glass, about the people like the American or the Japanese or the Australian, because the glass now, everybody works at the glass. For us, is a sort of the fresh water, Yeah, in your question, you asked me if I am happy or not about the American school. If I am happy if the school continued. For me, it's not because I want to be happy, because we need that. Because it's only for the glass movement, the glass American movement, the glass can be more popular, and the people can understand the real soul inside the glass. Because everybody teach, then somebody continue to work, somebody not, but they know.
In thinking of your series of musical instruments, I'm wondering how ongoing inspirations evolve as you explore a series.
When I make a piece of glass, it's not important what. A piece. Can be a vase, can be a plate, or before I made the last shape, the glass changed every moment. If you put attention in the end for make one shape, you need to passare, hai bisogno di passare per molte forme. Before I made the finished shape, this is a ball. Before is a tube, and before is glass. If you put attention, every moment, every blow, every touch, he changed the shape before he
become
the last. And that is the perfect school for continuing a series. Of course, you need to have a special eyes.
Or a special brain.
You need to be a little bit crazy like me. The instrument, I started to make the instrument because in USA, my assistant, he make a fold.
See, he mistook, made a mistake.
Yeah, he mistake a piece. I had a demo with them. In the end, he read it for me, and he destroyed the piece. And in the end, the shape
looked like an instrument.
Yeah, and I finished, and then I continued to study the instrument.
When you first made the instruments, you used real strings, but then you switched to animal skin. Why?
Because I don't like when the people come in my studio, the first thing is to play the string. Bling, bling, bling. I prefer the people imagine the sound.
So tell me a little bit about being a drummer and the importance of music to your life and your work.
My second life.
Yes.
Yeah. I started to play the drums when I was 9. And when I was 14, 15, for a couple of years in my life, it was my job. Then my professor said, Davide, it's much better if you go in the furnace. No, I still play the drums. Yeah.
So I notice you frequently wear Jimi Hendrix t-shirts during demos. Is he one of your favorites?
No, my favorite.
Your favorite.
My favorite. Yes.
Why?
Why? Look at if you can see my skin.
Okay, see.
Because I know him when I was young, and he was my soundtrack to my life. When I remember some story when I was young, the soundtrack is Jimi Hendrix, and then he was an innovator.
So a pioneer.
Yeah, he started. He inspired the people. He still now inspire the people who want to start to play the guitars. Maybe it's not a thing the first thing, but for sure the second, Jimmy, and I want to be Jimmy Hendrix. You know? And I like it
You
because,
share that with him.
maybe, I don't know. I say that it's not me.
So how did you first hear Jimi Hendrix? How and when?
I had in my life, I worked like not like I was a bartender because my mom. I don't like the foreigners. I don't like the people who work in the furnace, and for that I change the furnace every month because I don't like the situation. It was not good for me. There was a guy, a maestro, glass blower maestro, and he go around the world for teaching like me, like yeah. And he come back to the Switzerland, and he said, "Hey, Davide, I I went to a concert. I saw three guy. They make a thunderbolt. It was crazy. I don't understand nothing, but a lot of noise. And then in the end, I said, who is it? I don't remember the name. Incredible, the drummers, only three guys. Oh my gosh. But he don't remember the name. Then 2 or 3 weeks late, I buy Rolling Stone, the magazine.
Hey.
And there was the Jimi Hendrix and the Experience, the cover. And when this guy come to the bar, I was the bartender, he said, this is the guy. That is the guy. And when I finished work, I went to Venice and I bought the first long plane. And now I have all the Jimi Hendrix collection.
So do you listen to music while you work?
Of course, it's necessary.
Hendrix only or other things?
Jimmy, sometime, because not everybody like it.
How can you not like Jimi Hendrix?
I don't know.
Però posso dire altre gruppi tipo Weather Report e
Oh, yeah.
Jimi Hendrix, he was the best. That's it. But I listen a lot of music. I like the Weather Report. I like the Yellow Jackets, Chick Corea, Herbie Hancock, yeah, Masalis. I like the good music. Miles Davis. Oh.
So you've said, Davide, that the biggest challenge is to grow every day. How are you still accomplishing that goal this far into your career?
Because that make me young. Look at me. I joke. Sorry. No, it's difficult because to invent something new every day is not easy. But it's not really complex for me. It is heavy to grow every day. But what else? Cosa possiamo fare? Che altro possiamo fare se non crescere? Come si dice sta cosa?
Which other options and possibilities do you have in your life other than to grow?
Or if you like to lose your time, okay, not me.
We'll return to Davide Salvadore in just a moment. This episode of Talking Out Your Glass is sponsored by Wet Dog Glass. In business since 1996, Wet Dog Glass delivers unsurpassed value to glass studios like Corning Museum of Glass and others around the globe. Offerings include turnkey hot glass studio equipment, studio planning consultation, and technical support. Wet Dog Glass, your studio's best friend. For more information, visit wdg-us.com. This episode of Talking Out Your Glass is sponsored by France Art Glass. Whether you're melting COE 104 soft glass or pushing the limits of 33 Boro, France Art Glass is here to fuel your passion for flameworking and support your studio with the best prices and expertise in the industry. France carries a wide selection of effetre. Creation is messy, Vetrofond, Double Helix, North Star, Troutman Art Glass, Cymex, tools, and supplies. For more information, visit franceartglass.com. This episode of Talking Out Your Glass is sponsored by Salem Community College's Glass Education Center, home to associate degree programs in scientific glass technology and glass art, as well as non-credit glass workshops and special events, including the International Flameworking Conference. SCC Glass students explore the medium's vast potential in the 20,000 square foot glass center with studio areas for flameworking, glass blowing, cold working, kiln working, and fabrication all under one roof. Learn more at www.salemcc.edu/glass. Now back to Davide Salvadore. On Murano, you call glass him. Why?
He pushed me every day to be more grow. So I go happy. When we talk together, the glass blower, we call the glass him, because it's the third. Come si dice il terzo incomodo?
He's the third person.
Sì. Because in the end, we can work with the glass. We can make what he wants, or what he give to us il permesso di poterlo lavorare.
So he said that the glass give him the permission and tell him what he can make.
Yeah.
To an extent. Ma posso intervenire un attimo? Ma
certo.
Tu consideri lui è un caratteristico umano? Perché,
no.
No?
No, ma però mi arrabbia con lui.
Sì. I asked Davide if he said that he considered the glass having human characteristic, and he said no, but he make me angry. Sometimes. Like a person.
Right. Well, marina making provides the key to your unique patterns. Tell us a bit about the history of Italian Murina and when you began using it in your personal work.
The story about the Murina in Italy, you can see everywhere you go, because if you see the floor in the church is a sort of the Murina. The window is Murina. The palace in Venice, if you see the window, there is the marble around the window is a sort of Murina. I like it because in the end I started to make a Murina because it was the most difficult technique, only for that. Because for me it was important to show to the other Muranese, hey, Davide Salvadore arrived. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
It was a sort of the challenge, you know? Yeah. In the end, I changed a little bit, just for the Muranese glassblower. If they go to a show, the one artist, another glassblower, a glass artist, and maybe he show a really wonderful piece, intricate piece. The Moranese glassblower got to see, and they said, "Oh wow, incredible! Look at the technique When they understand 10 minutes late, when they understand the technique, they say, ah, bullshit. And for that, the, for us, for the people who we call maestro, the first thing is to make something that the other maestro can't understand in which way you made. This is the real goal. And for that, I started to make the Murano the most difficult technique, or one of the most difficult techniques about the glass.
So it is such a labor-intensive process. Are you typically a patient and detail-oriented person?
No, I don't have a passion. But,
Per dettagli.
huh?
Per dettagli.
No, I don't have a passion, but I build my passion. I am costretto, come si dice?
I'm constricted by patience.
See, I need, because usually I can hit my assistant sometimes. For that, I needed to create my passion. But I don't have the passion, especially when I work. I am very, come si dice? Sono molto attento ai dettagli, sto molto attento ai dettagli.
So super
Secondo-
focused on the small details.
Yeah.
So
See, for me, the detail build a person, build a piece.
The types of beads you made for your mother at age 12 still find their way into your work. That's unique in Italian glass, isn't it? Combining lampworking and glass blowing in the same piece?
See, for us, glass is glass. For the Muranese people, there is not different about who work the glass with the lamp or in the furnace. In the end, glass is glass. And for that, we can use everything for. In the end, the important thing is to make the piece, to finish the piece. And we use everything for help, come si dice, ourselves.
Working for your mother, you eventually made beads for the African market. Is that how and when African aesthetic found its way into your work?
See. When the people ask me that, the African way, my African way, when I can, I show the picture about my mom. She was African. Not, she was Muranese, but very black, maybe more South Italian. Quindi I think in the past, some African guy make something with make trouble in my family. No, because we have all my family have a special eyes for Africa, but nobody go to the Africa. I went in Africa 3-4 years ago just because somebody invited me for work. And in the end, I came to say, whenever you want, about the studio, the African glass studio, but not the Africa, because I don't see nothing, because I work there. Yeah. So I think is something inside us. Of course, my mom helped me a lot about the color, because she mixed the color in crazy way.
Studying African imagery, you were inspired by an image of a woman carrying a container of water on her head. Talk about this.
There is a play, come si dice il gioco delle carte?
Say a card game?
Yeah, in Italy we have a card game. It is a half with the picture, some picture, and same in the other part. Yeah, you play in this way. Yeah, and one card there is a picture about a black woman, African woman, with a vase in the head, with the arms in this way, and with the dress, you know, the real African dress. Dress, si dice, no?
Sì.
Yeah. And for that, I made Sunday my piece. My thing was, is a base. He came to take the water inside. And the movement is the same, the woman. I tried to make the dress in the end. I can do it.
We'll return to Davide Salvadore in just a moment. This episode of Talking Out Your Glass is sponsored by Pittsburgh Glass Center. Celebrating 25 years in 2026, Pittsburgh Glass Center is still glowing and growing. See work by Davide Salvadore and 24 other internationally acclaimed glass artists whose work and support have helped shape Pittsburgh Glass Center over the past 25 years in a new exhibition called Forged in Flames, 25 Years of Art on Fire, that opens October 2nd. Learn more at pittsburghglasscenter.org. This episode of Talking Out Your Glass is sponsored by the Art Alliance for Contemporary Glass. AACG is a leading resource for glass collectors, artists, gallerists, museum personnel, educators, and others on all things related to glass art. Its mission is to further the development and appreciation of art made from glass. It also provides a place for glass community to have a robust conversation around glass art through its weekly virtual programs and provides grants and scholarships. Membership gives glass lovers access to many members-only benefits. For more information or to become a member of AACG, visit aacgglass.org. To find out more about this podcast, visit talkingoutyourglass.com for free and easy ways to support the continued documentation of glass and glass artists. Like and follow on Instagram and Facebook, and subscribe on our new YouTube channel. To make a one-time donation, visit talkingoutyourglass.com and click on Donate. And now, back to Davide Salvadore. In June of 2026, you will give a demo at the Glass Art Society convention in Corning, New York. Tell us about what your demo will include, and was that the first place in the U.S. where you demonstrated?
Allora, for the demo, I think this is the 12th or maybe more times for the demo in gas conference. And I don't know what I make. We talked before, Jimi Hendrix, improvisation. No, I waited, not the last minute, but I waited because I needed, before to decide what I got to do, I needed to see the place, if I can, to make what I want. And my assistant, if they drink the night before or not, you know.
So what's it like working with new teams of people like that? Is that always a bit of a challenge?
Depend the level, because usually my assistant in USA, they understand. I don't need to talk. They understand immediately what I want. Of course, if they have experience, there are no problem. Sometimes I found some guy who don't have absolutely experience, and this is a problem because I think, no, I'm sure there is not a big maestro if he don't have a big team.
What else is coming up for you in 2026 besides the Glass Art Society demo?
After the gas conference, I teach in Corning for 1 week, and then I have some project in the private house. I had
Museum.
no. I will have a show in England in a museum, and then I waited for somebody who's asking something. Now I have a lot of projects. Now I want to start to make something new, and in the gas conference, I think it's a good help for me for maybe to think something to make in the future.
You once said the death Murano is going through now has always been there. Explain that.
In Murano, we had a season. In the summer, of course, a lot of tourists and everybody work. But in the winter, not now, because now we can sell tourists because we have a lot of tourists now. But in the past, it was different. We have I said, the summer we had a lot of people. In the winter, nobody. And every time it was like the sea, and I heard every day, the crisis. Then we have the crisis, and then come on, go. Everybody at work. The different now is all the world have a problem, not only the glass. The glass movement or is a problem for everybody, and this is not good. It's not good. The world changed, and we are. And Murano is not already for. We need time for understand. I trust the Muranese people because in the 17th century, there was just what I said now is a story. You can test that in the Biblioteca Marzana, where
So it's history.
yeah, it's a history. Yeah, there was a French guy who searched for connection about the glass, the work, huh? And he came in Murano, and he write a letter for the French government. And he write, in Murano, there is not a glass blower. There is just one studio where an old guy make very shit glass. In that time, the first job in Murano was teacher, dog teacher. Tu sai questa cosa?
No.
Addestratore di cane for fighting. Because in Venice, in that time, the 17th century, the first show every Sunday, every square have a
Dog fighting.
Dog fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In Murano, they
teach the dogs to fight.
Teach the dog fighting. Ecco. This was the first job in Murano until the 17th and the 18th century. In the 18th century, a guy, Salviati, he came here, a rich man. He said, many, many years ago, here, you work at the glass. There is somebody, there are somebody who can start, and we restart to work at the glass until now. And I hope, I hope we had another rich guy who can make the island a little bit better.
Well, you have your sons following in your footsteps, Mattia and Marco. What's their role in your studio, and do they also have their own work?
Now, in the end, they are owner the my studio. Yeah, because they organize everything. They have the business, everything. Yeah. Now I am like a host. Was it host?
Host. So.
See, when I want, I can hear, I can to work, I can to make my piece, or I help my son. But in the end, the Salvadore factory, they run it. But yeah, he made a very nice piece. It's base, but it's nice piece. Very complicated. And Marco, he helped Mattia, but he can make something really nice. Because he, for me, he have a special hand, especially for the sculpture, the solid glass. But I think they need to a little bit more time for to go out. They have a son, very small, and they think more about the son, the kids, you know. They need just another couple of years. But they have a good fundament.
Discuss your hope for the future that American schools continue to teach Muranese glass.
Of course, I want. I hope. I hope. I said before, this is the future about the glass. If you teach with a lot of people know the glass and know the real thing about the glass. And the school is a perfect publicity, perfect for that. And then more people, more challenge.
What are some things personally and professionally that you'd still like to accomplish?
Me.
You.
I want to be the number one who can play the drums in the salsa orchestra.
That would be fun.
Really fun.
Very challenging.
Yeah.
What about it in glass? Is there anything in glass you still want to accomplish?
I don't have a dreams. I don't have a goal, no target, no. I continue to work. If I can't, I want to work every day because I feel good when I.
Ma posso che io chiedere una cosa? Hai realizzato tutte le tue sogni?
Io?
Sì.
Non tutti, perché non ho mai scopato la Bel Air, però quasi tutti sì. No, sì. Una buona parte, sì.
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 No, I asked Davide, I think it was related to this question of yours, and I asked him if he'd realized all his dreams, and he said, not all of them, but most of them.
Yeah.
I work for that.
Yeah.
I work hard for that. Yeah. No, but In the end, maybe I hired somebody, maybe in the movie. They said I had a lot in my life. I came already from bed. Not me. I have a lot of things to do again.
Still to do.
Still to, I still to, yeah. If my body follow me, and the brain too, why not? I want to surprise the people. I want to still surprise the people.
Perfecto.
In good way.
Yes.
Of course. In good way.
Last question. What is your favorite Jimi Hendrix song and why?
Voodoo Child. I think the name says everything.
Thanks for tuning in to Talking Out Your Glass. Many thanks to our sponsors, His Glassworks Incorporated, the Fort Wayne Museum of Art, the Glass Furnace, Wet Dog Glass, France Art Glass, Salem Community College, the Pittsburgh Glass Center, and the Art Alliance for Contemporary Glass. To support the continued documentation of glass and glass artists, please subscribe to our brand new YouTube channel, follow on Instagram and Facebook. And if you're interested in making a one-time donation, go to talkingoutyourglass.com and click on Donate. Stay tuned for more great episodes featuring Cedric Mitchell, John Lubto, and Matthew Saz. Until next time, stay glassy.